Hey vinyl community, it's Michael. Welcome back to Near Wild Heaven. What we're listening to in the background, this is Guitars A Go-Go. This is actually the Wrecking Crew, and they released this album under the name The Stingers, and this came out in 1964, and it's really good. The guitarist on here is Jerry Cole, well known for being on the Animated Egg album and a few other ones. But yeah, this is really good stuff. Kind of surf rock, garage rock, but really, really good stuff. Guitars A Go-Go by The Stingers. Alright, turn this down. And today's video is going to be January vinyl finds. So this stuff, a couple of things I got online, and the rest of it was from local record stores. So first up, this is Lewis and Clark Expedition. The name of this album is Earth, Air, Fire, and Water. This isn't bad. It's pretty good. It's kind of it's got psych pop in it. It's got some country flavored tunes and a lot of like music hall stuff. So this isn't your typical bubblegum or anything like that, but it's pretty good. If you like psych pop, just unusual recordings, this is pretty good one to check out. The Lewis and Clark Expedition, Earth, Air, Fire, and Water. And up next, this is the Koala. This is from 1968. It's Psych, as you can tell by the cover. This band, when they first came out, they were promoted as being from Australia, but they're not from Australia. They were from New York City. But yeah, this is really good. It's garage psych, just great stuff. Songs like You Don't Know What I Mean, Look at the Way She Comes, Poor Discarded Baby, Nothing's Changed, She's a Lady, Colors of Our Rainbow, Papa Duke Tyler, Strange Feelings, Elizabeth, Yesterday's Rain. Oh, pretty good stuff from the Koala. Like I said, garage psych. Sometimes it sounds a bit like the Chocolate Watch Band. The vocalist has like that snotty sneer to his vocals, but yeah, pretty good stuff. The Koala. I guess this is their one and only album, but it came out in 1968 and was on Capitol Records. Really good stuff. Up next, got some hard rock with UFO. This one is from, I don't know, I'm guessing sometime in the 70s, maybe, but this is the first album with Michael Schenker on guitar, and it's pretty good. It's not quite as heavy, hard rocking like some of the later albums they did, but yeah, it's pretty good. It's got some of that, you know, hard rocking stuff on it, but it also has like some lighter stuff. But it's not bad. I enjoyed this album a lot. UFO, I think it's titled Phenomenon, but I'm not sure when this came out. Sometime in the 70s. I'm guessing about 72, 73. Does it even say on here? 1974. There we go. So yeah, pretty good stuff from UFO. The first album with Michael Schenker. Phenomenon from 1974. Pretty good album. And up next, this one I had to order, and it's something I've been wanting for a really long time. Excuse me. And I finally got it. This is Art, Supernatural Fairy Tales. This originally came out in 1967. This is a unofficial reissue on Lot Records. You can tell they're right there. But yeah, this is great. This is really, really good. If you don't know, this band, after this album, they made this one album, and then a guy by the name of Gary Wright joined the band, and they changed their name to Spooky Tooth. So this is actually Spooky Tooth before they became Spooky Tooth, but minus Gary Wright. But yeah, this is great. This is so good. It's one of the best psych albums from the 60s that I've heard. Just so good. Songs like I Think I'm Going Weird, What's That Sound, which is a cover of Buffalo Springfield, For What It's Worth, African Thing, Room with a View, Flying Anchor, Supernatural Fairy Tale, Love is Real, Come On Up, Brother, Dads and Mothers, Talking to Myself, Alive Not Dead, and Rome Takeaway 3. But great stuff, great psych album from Art, Supernatural Fairy Tales. I'm so glad to finally have that one. And up next, this is Syndicate of Sound, Little Girl. This is a Some Days reissue. The original had a different back cover. This one, they added 3 extra songs on this than what's on the original. But yeah, it's really, really good. Garage rock, songs like Big Boss Man, Almost Grown, So Alone, Dream Baby, which is a cover, I think it was by Roy Orbison. I could be wrong, and I probably am, but other than that, let's see, Dream Baby, Rumors, Little Girl, That Kind of Man, I'm Alive, You, Looking for the Good Times. They do a cover of The Witch by the Sonics, and then they have 4 extra songs. But after The Witches, Is You Is or Is You Ain't My Baby, and then the last 4 songs are the extra songs. The Upper Hand, Mary, Keep It Up, and Good Time Music. But this is really good. I'm really pleasantly surprised by this album. And it's really good. I really enjoyed it. Good garage rock from 1966. Little Girl, the Syndicate of Sound. And up next, this is War, Eric Burdon and War, their first album. Some of this is really, really good, especially the song Spill the Wine, which is great, but other parts of this kind of just drag out, and it's because of Eric Burdon's now Eric Burdon's a great vocalist, I won't argue with that, but sometimes his style is kind of gets on my nerves, especially when he starts like trying to stretch out a song, and he's just like, I was with my woman, and all this stuff. I just get tired of that. But for the most part, there is some great stuff on here. I actually prefer War without Eric Burdon, but I wanted this album because I really like the song Spill the Wine. It's the only song on here that Eric Burdon's doing the vocals in it. It's pretty good, but the rest of it I could do without. But yeah, War, Eric Burdon and War from 1970. And up next, this is more psych pop, The Travel Agency. Yeah, this is pretty good. I was surprised with this one. I thought it was going to be a little bit more like a heavier psych sound to it, but it's just like psych pop. But it's still pretty good. I really enjoyed it. They got songs on here like What's a Man, Sorry You Were Born, Cadillac George, Lonely Seabird, So Much Love, Make Love, That's Good, I'm Not Dead, She Understands, Come to Me, You Will Be There, and Old Matt. But yeah, I like that cover, psychedelic cover there. But pretty good stuff from the Travel Agency. I think this is their one and only album, and this came out in 1968. Up next, this is the Cherry Valance. This is from, of course it doesn't say, but sometime in the 90s, I believe, the early 90s this came out. This is on the Estrus record label, so it's like hard punk. Most part, yeah, it's pretty hard punk. I only listened to this like once. This is a blind buy, and I liked it, and I need to listen to it a little more though. But it is pretty good. I did enjoy it. Similar to maybe the Mono Men and the other band, the Insomniacs. So not too bad. Pretty good stuff from Cherry Valance. I'm not sure how many other albums they have out, but this one's pretty good if you want to check it out. The Cherry Valance. And up next, this is John Duchan, Thanks for Nothing. I have one of his other albums. I can't remember the title of it right now, but this was the other one. It's pretty good. It's mostly hard rock. Sometimes some of the songs sound a little bit like glam rock, and maybe even a little punk thrown in there, but for the most part it's like heavy hard rock. But pretty good stuff. John Duchan, Thanks for Nothing. And some of the songs he does, like Exodus, Ooby-Doo, I Want to Be Alone, Thanks for Nothing, Moody Child, Ode to Mae West, Well Let's Go, Truck Stop, Wise Man, Paradise, and The Door. And these are all originals by John Duchan. They did great guitars. This guy's been in like millions of different bands since the 60s. He was in Atomic Rooster. He was in another band called Andromeda. He was in a band called Hard Stuff. I mean, this guy's been everywhere. So, a great album though. Great solo album from John Duchan. Thanks for Nothing. And up next, this is Euclid with Heavy Equipment. I thought this was going to be a little bit more hard rock, and it is some of it is hard rock, but there's also like slower songs that may be kind of ballady, but yeah, it's not bad. I was a little disappointed at first because I thought this was going to be like really hard rock, but like I said, there is a few songs like that, and most of it is hard rock, but there's ballads and stuff on it too. But yeah, pretty good stuff from Euclid. Heavy Equipment. Great album if you want to check it out. I think this came out in 1970. So there you go. Heavy Equipment by Euclid. And up next, this is The Animals on Tour, This is pretty good. The album title is kind of misleading. It's not a live album, but they do some great songs on here. Lots of old blues classics. Boom Boom, How You Changed, Mess Around, Bright Lights, Big City, which the Rolling Stones also did. And I believe the Pretty Things did a cover of that too. But Worried Life Blues, Let the Good Times Roll, Ain't Got You, which was done by the Yardbirds, Hallelujah, I Love Her So, I'm Crying, Dimples, She Said Yeah, which was also covered by the Rolling Stones. But yeah, pretty good versions of those songs by the early version of the Animals. This album looks like it's brand new. I mean, as old as this album is, it's in pretty good shape. I was really happy to find this, and it was only like $15. But great album. If you're into the Animals and you don't know about this album, check it out. It's really, really good. The Animals on tour. I believe this is from 1965. So, yeah, there you go. Animals on tour. And up next, this is Coliseum. The Grass is Greener. This is a U.S. version of an album they released in Europe under the name of the Valentine Suite. And this is the U.S. version, and it's slightly different than the UK version. Some of the songs are different. I thought I read somewhere that some of the songs were a different mix than the versions on the UK pressing of this. But yeah, it's really, really good. It's progressive rock with touches of psychedelia. They do songs like Jumping Off the Sun, Los Angeles, Elegy, Buddy's Blues, Rope Ladder to the Moon, Bolero, The Machine Demands a Sacrifice, and The Grass is Greener. But really good stuff from Coliseum. If you like prog rock with a little bit of psych thrown in, you should check this one out. It's really good. And a few more here. Up next, this is Tangerine Zoo, Outside Looking In. This is from 1968. This is a reissue, probably from 2014, somewhere around there. But yeah, great stuff. Really good psych. Sometimes mellow, sometimes kind of a harder sound. But yeah, great stuff. I have their first album too. I think it's just called Tangerine Zoo, and that one, I like that one a little bit better than this one, and I've only listened to this one for a couple of times, so maybe this one will grow on me a little bit more. But yeah, it's pretty good. The Tangerine Zoo, Outside Looking In. Up next, this is The Mission UK, the first chapter. This came out in 1986, and it's a compilation of some singles and EPs that this band had released, and there's some great songs on here. They do a version of Tomorrow Never Knows. I think all of this stuff is covers, but it's Tomorrow Never Knows, Over the Hills and Far Away, Naked and Savage, Serpent's Kiss, Wake, and on the other side, it's they do a version of Neil Young's Like a Hurricane. That's really good. Garden of Delight is really good. They do a version of Wishing Well by Free. They do a cover of Patti Smith's Dancing Barefoot, and the last song on here is called The Crystal Ocean. But yeah, this is really good stuff. It's goth rock. Just generally a great listen if you like goth rock, 80s sounding. This is pretty good. The Mission UK, this band was like an offshoot of the Sisters of Mercy. The one guy in here, his name's Wayne Hussey. He was in the Sisters of Mercy, and he left that band and formed this one. But The Mission UK, the first chapter, great album. If you don't know about it, check it out. And the last one here, familiar album to everybody. This is the Rolling Stones' Satanic Majesty's Request. Now, this is from 1981. It says stereo, and it's on the blue London label, the stereophonic label, but actually this is a mono press. There was some mix-up in the manufacturing process, and they got the they got the mono stampers for this. So, and you can tell by the dead wax there, if it has like C1 in the dead wax, it means it's a mono pressing. But yeah, this sounds great, and it's cool because I've been looking for a decent mono copy of this album, and they're really hard to come by in the wild, and online they cost like an arm and a leg. But this was like $17. I got this one online. But yeah, it's great. It sounds really, really good in mono. I mean, I like this album a lot in stereo, but the mono version is really good too. So, happy to have this finally, a really decent mono copy. But, great album, everybody knows it. So, that's it for this week. That's my January vinyl finds. I hope you all enjoyed that. Hope everybody's doing well. I'd like to thank everyone who's subscribed in the last week. I'm getting close to 500 subscribers, so that's cool. And hope everybody's doing well. Hope you're having a great year so far, and we'll catch y'all later. See you later, VC.